I was skeptical about this one at first. The price tag on a 15-inch gaming laptop that promises a studio-grade experience can make anyone pause, especially when you've been burned by overhyped specs before. But after a few weeks of actually taking it on the road, I started to see how the little quirks and the hardware choices line up with real-world use. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I opened the box, the first thing that caught my eye was the thin bezel around that 15.6-inch QHD panel. A 2560 by 1440 resolution at 165 Hz isn't just a number on a spec sheet. It meant that, even when I crank up the settings in modern titles like *Starfield** or *Elden Ring**, the frame rates stay buttery smooth without the screen turning into a blur. I tried a couple of high-intensity scenes, and the adaptive sync kept the image crisp, which made those marathon gaming sessions feel less like a workout and more like a movie night. The heart of the machine is the RTX 4070 GPU paired with an Intel Core i7-13700H. Together they give you a level of performance that handles both gaming and creative workloads without the need to constantly toggle between machines. I used this laptop for editing a 4K travel vlog the same day I finished a multiplayer match, and the render times were noticeably quicker than on my older laptop. The 8GB of GDDR6 memory on the GPU, combined with the 16GB of DDR5 system RAM, cuts down on bottlenecks when you're juggling Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, and a browser full of research tabs. One practical benefit I've been grateful for is the storage. A 1TB SSD means you have plenty of room for large game installs, raw video footage, and all the assets you need for a post-production workflow. Even after a few weeks of switching between games, and professional applications, I haven't felt the drag that older SATA drives often bring. The speed of the NVMe drive also translates to an almost instant boot up. You can power on the laptop, be at the desktop in under 10 seconds, and jump straight into a game lobby or a timeline. Portability can be a pain point for gaming rigs, but the Aorus 15 manages to stay relatively light for its class. The chassis feels solid without being chunky, and the slim bezels add a touch of elegance that makes it look at home in a coffee shop as well as on a desk with RGB lighting. The battery life, while not a monster, does hold up surprisingly well for a laptop with a 40 series GPU. On a mix of streaming music, browsing, and a light indie game, I got around 6 hours before needing a charge, definitely enough for a commute or a short flight. The audio solution on this model is another area where the everyday experience improves. The built-in speakers have been tuned to deliver clearer mids and less muddiness, which is handy when you're watching a film without headphones or catching the ambient sounds in a game. It's not a replacement for a dedicated sound system, but it does make the laptop feel more complete out of the box. Connectivity is where the laptop shows it's built for the present. There's a USB-C port with Thunderbolt 4 support, letting you daisy-chain an external monitor or connect a fast external SSD without a bottleneck. You also get the usual set of 2 USB-A ports, an HDMI 2.1 output, and an Ethernet jack, so you can plug directly into a wired network for those low-latency gaming sessions. I found that having both the modern and legacy ports on the same device eliminates the need for a dongle bag that I used to carry around. Now, let me be honest about the pros and cons. One of the things I really appreciate is how the RTX 4070 handles ray tracing. It gives you that extra layer of realism in supported titles without forcing you to cripple the frame rate. The QHD screen, coupled with the high refresh rate, makes everything from fast-paced shooters to detailed RPGs look smooth and vibrant. Also, the construction feels premium, hard anodized aluminum, a firm chassis, and a keyboard that gives a comfortable, responsive feel even after long typing sessions. On the downside, the laptop can run warm under sustained heavy loads, and while the cooling system does its job, you'll notice the fans kicking in a bit more often than you might like during quiet work. The other minor drawback is that the keyboard doesn't have dedicated macro keys, which some gamers prefer for quick binds. It's not a deal breaker, but if you're accustomed to those extra programmable keys, you'll need to resort to software solutions. All in all, the GIGABYTE AORUS 15 feels like a well-rounded package that balances gaming horsepower with creator-friendly features. If you're looking for a machine that can handle high frame rate esports, render 4K video, and still fit in a backpack, it ticks a lot of boxes. It's not perfect, but the strengths definitely outweigh the few quirks. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in picking one up, the link is below. Take care and catch you in the next video.